We're 1 month into 2019 and I'm here to cover some of the brand new releases in VR, but today we're talking about one that really caught me off guard. The moment I started playing it, I was floored at how creative and how fun it was. Anyhow, let's get right to it. It's CruzerBass here and I'm here to give you my impressions and review of Spuds Unearthed. Let's dive right into gameplay. The gameplay experience of Spuds Unearthed honestly surprised me so much. I wasn't expecting so much out of this game, but it's so polished and it's so fun to play. On one half, this game makes you feel like a mad scientist combining these ingredients to create the best possible defense and attacking spuds you could ever hope for. And on the other hand, you just feel like a powerful commander sending out your potatoes to war. Now let's break down that first part about being a mad scientist first, because honestly, that part floored me at just how well done it is. Everything costs this currency called Stardust, you earn it over time, it's fine, and it's great. But what the cool part was is finding out each blueprint for creating each weapon you can possibly defend yourself with. You can create everything from a pulley-based flamethrower to a pump-action machine gun, which is, yes, as horrible as it sounds, but it's such a fun experiment to do. But those experiments don't even end there. You get to also have fun in customizing your spuds and figuring out what each token does to give them a class-specific power. And trust me, these spuds are badass when they're upgraded. If I had to pick a favorite, it's the pilot spud. Speaking of pilots, I forgot to mention there's vehicle tokens as well. You can then create these vehicles to help yourself defend and attack even better. My favorite vehicle is definitely the flying plane. Let me tell you why. You put a regular spud on there and then you throw the plane into the battlefield, it does work. Put a flying ace spud in there and he drops carpet bombs on the enemies and it's so cool to watch. The other vehicle type being the tank, it rolls out into the battlefield and does work. And when it comes to launching these vehicles into battle, I was surprised at how fun it is. It's so intuitive to just throw the plane like a paper airplane and watch it go to work. The same goes for the tank. You pick up a spud, put it in the tank, and then put it on the platform for the desired location you want it to go. Now, how do you get tokens to mix and match these combinations? Well, you use your currency Stardust, which you get regularly just over time, and you put it into a slot machine. But please don't worry, there is no microtransactions in this game, it's just a fun RNG mechanic and it works well. Anyways, now that you know how to prepare your defenses and set up your units for battle, let's start talking about that battle. And it starts as soon as you lift up that glass panel and scan your hand. Suddenly, you'll be faced with a map of the universe and you just easily grab a planet, select it, see what difficulty it is, and see who owns it. Yes, that means when you conquer a planet, it is then titled after you, and the whole point of the game is to conquer the universe and move on to the next one where you'll be battling it out with other players. Now, a big concern with VR is that there just isn't a big enough player pool, but this system relies on asynchronous multiplayer, so there's no issue. That means that you'll be battling it out to conquer other planets that belong to other players even when they're not online. As soon as you get into battle, you'll be able to see the whole battlefield from your side of the base across to the enemies. You'll notice that there's 3 forts ahead of you, those need to be destroyed before you can push on to victory. Now, how do you lose? Well, obviously if you get overwhelmed, it's game over, so you have to be very cautious of making sure that every lane is cleared of enemies. In a worst case scenario, you want to slam that red button, spawn a vehicle, and chuck the vehicle at them if you have no spuds available, but this really should be a last ditch attempt at trying to defend your base. If you're wondering what happens to these spuds, you can keep sending them out and they'll return to base after a certain amount of time, but if they die on the field, they're gone. The same applies to vehicles. Spuds are kept after a match is won, vehicles currently are not. Now, I just want to conclude by saying that this really is the only game mode, but it's highly addictive and very fun to do. It would be different and I would be ragging on it if it wasn't so polished and well done, but frankly speaking, I was floored by the amount of polish in this game. The game is currently early access, and if you go to the Discord, which I'll link below, I know that the developers have been very vocal on upcoming updates and news surrounding the game. This game definitely gets a high recommendation from me. If you're into tower defenses or you just want something new in VR, go and get it because it feels like a nice breath of fresh air. And between this and Tabletop Gods, 2019 is off to a great start. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell below to keep up with my future videos and ongoing series. If you like the video, please like and comment. Tell me what game you want me to cover next. It means a lot to me. Have a great day and peace.